Okay, here's a question, solving a radical equation, and you need to solve for x. This one's different in that it's got two radicals in it. So what I would probably do is, well, you need to isolate one of them. So either isolate this one or isolate that one. I'm going to isolate this one because it looks a little meaner than that one. So I'm going to take this to the other side. So root 3x minus 3. And then I'm going to take the 1 over to the left side. So it'll be root x minus 1. So I've got this one isolated, so now I can take and square both sides. So square this side, square this side. Now, don't be tempted just to square this and square this. This is a binomial, so really this means root x minus 1 times root x minus 1. So you've got to, when you have that, you've got to square that. Okay, this side, the square and the square root cancel, so I'm left with 3x minus 3. So on the left side now, I have to FOIL this thing out. So root x times root x would just be an x. Root x times negative 1 would be a negative root x. Negative 1 times root x would be another negative root x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1. Okay, equals 3x minus 3. Collect like terms. Let's see, we've got negative 2 root x here, and I have an x and a plus 1 and a 3x minus 3. One of the problems I see right here, well, I don't know if it's a problem, we'll see if things work or not, but I'm going to try and square this term. I have to isolate it. If I'm going to have to square it, it's nice for it to be positive. So I'm going to move this one over to the right side. So it'll be a positive 2 root x. And then everything else I'm moving over the left side. So I'll have x, take away 3x would be a minus 2x. And then a 1, when I bring this over, it'd be positive. So 1 plus 3 would be a plus 4. Oh, okay. Now, everything's divisible by 2. So I'm going to just divide everything by 2. So this would be root x equals negative x plus 2. Okay, getting closer. Now I'll square both sides again. So I'll square this side. And again with this one, I've got to square the whole thing. So this will be minus x plus 2 times minus x plus 2 is equal to plain x. Look at that, no more square roots. Okay, when I FOIL, it'd be a negative x squared, no, positive x squared, because a negative times a negative is positive. Negative x times 2 would be a negative 2x. 2 times a negative x would be a negative 2x. 2 times 2 is positive 4, equals x. Oh, all right. So now I'll have x squared minus 4x plus 4. Oh, I need to bring this x over to this side. So it'd be x squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. So there's my quadratic equation. Now I can see if I can factor it. And I think this one I can factor to minus 4 and minus 1. I think that works. So my solution to this question will be a positive 4 and a positive 1. Now, with any equation, whether it's any equation, but especially radical and rational equations, you want to take these numbers, 4 and 1, up to the top to see if they actually work. So if I put a 4 in there, I'm just going to put it in a different color. So if I put a 4 there and a 4 there, let's see if it comes out to 1. This will be times. So square root of 4 is 2, and then 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 minus 3 is 9, and the square root of 9 is a 3. And 2 take away 3, it isn't a positive 1. So that one doesn't work. 4 doesn't work. So 4 is out. Let's try 1. Okay, let me write it again. So it'll be the square root of 1 minus the square root of 3 times 1 minus 3. Is that equal to 1? Okay, so I have square root of 1 minus 3 times 1 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. And the square root of 0 is 0. And so square root of 1 is 1 minus nothing equals 1. That one works. So this one here does work, but that one doesn't. Hopefully that gives you help on the double radical solving those equations.